Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave today. I am giving you some black pepper chicken, Chinese takeout at home. It's easy, I'm hungry, so let's get into it. So first things first, we have two ginormous chicken breasts. I don't know what they were feeding these chickens, but they are massive. So we're going to split them in half down the middle first, and then I'm going to chop them up into nice bite-sized pieces. You'll see here, I'm just chopping these up, and here's a look at what size they should be. And once you get everything cut up, you want to go ahead and toss all the meat into a bowl. Now once everything is chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and do like a quick 30-minute marinade, okay? This is just going to tenderize and give your chicken some flavor. So I'm adding in here a tablespoon and a half of low sodium soy sauce. Yes, just low sodium soy sauce, promise. Trust me, it's enough flavor that you can deal with. I've also chopped up 3 cloves of garlic. For this, you can certainly use the canned minced garlic. You know, I'm not a big fan of it, but this will be an opportunity that you could use it. I use just 3 large cloves of garlic. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of some chili powder and just a slight pinch of salt. There is saltiness in the soy sauce, but the salt is just giving a little added flavor because no one wants bland chicken, okay? Give this a good old toss and make sure that every piece of chicken is evenly coated and covered. And once your chicken is evenly coated, we're going to add in about a tablespoon and a half of all-purpose flour. If you have corn flour, you can certainly use that, but I only had all-purpose, so that's what I use. And you want to make sure, again, all the chicken is evenly coated and should look something like this. Now I've let my chicken marinate for about 30 minutes, yes, even with that flour. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to a medium-high heat. You don't want your chicken to burn, but you definitely want to get a nice golden crust on the outside of that chicken. The flour helps give you that extra crispiness, so that's why we went ahead and added that. Make sure not to overcrowd your pan. Of course, when you overcrowd your pan, the meat doesn't cook properly. So I'm going to get all of this in here, and I'm actually going to cook mine in batches so that I can maintain that heat and that crispiness. And baby, once that chicken is done, this is what it should look like. You see all those crispy golden edges on that chicken? Like at this point, you could certainly dip this into some sauce and call like your own homemade Chick-fil-A, but we're going to turn it up a little notch, just a little bit. On the same pan that we cooked the chicken in is what we're going to cook our peppers and onions. So I am sauteing 1 yellow pepper, 1 red pepper, and half of a medium yellow onion. And I want to cook these until they get a little translucent. Now, you know with Chinese food, you want to have a little bit of bite, so don't cook it down too much. I'd say on a medium heat, I'm cooking these for about 6 minutes or so. Now, while the peppers are continuing to cook, we're going to go ahead and work on our sauce. So I have ground up, oh my gosh, it took me forever. I ground up about 3 teaspoons of fresh black pepper. I'm going to go in here with 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. And of course, I will give you all the measurements down below. Oyster sauce is like a fishy flavored type of soybean sauce. So you can find that in pretty much every grocery store. I'm also going to add in 1 tablespoon of Hoisin sauce. So Hoisin sauce is also a bean paste sauce. You'll see that in the measurements there. So doing like, what is this stuff, Sierra? Clearly, as you can see, I got this stuff from Kroger. You can certainly pick it up from your local Kroger as well. And then we're going to go in and add in just a bit of rice vinegar. So I use 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar just to thin this out. Gives it a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that vinegary taste that we know and love. I'm using that as well. And you want to give this a stir. Now, depending on how many servings you're making this for, you obviously want to adjust your servings just a bit. I was making this 4 servings, enough for 4. And this is not a very saucy recipe. So keep that in mind. This is just to coat the chicken. It's not super saucy. Now, if you want to add a little bit of heat, you can certainly do what I'm doing as well. Adding in just a bit of Sriracha. Use that at your discretion. I only added in about a tablespoon in total of Sriracha. Give this a mix and your sauce is essentially done. Now, once those peppers are nice and soft, but not like mush, as you can clearly see here, we're gonna go ahead and add in our crispy chicken. Now as you can see, I just had my chicken resting on a paper towel to absorb all of that grease. You don't want to throw extra oil in there because, you know, Chinese food tends to be a little greasy and oily, and I'm trying to watch my figure. You know, the summertime is almost here. Go ahead and toss those bits of chicken in, and we're going to add in that delicious sauce. Okay, sauce going in. Now, I will say this. When I initially did mine, I was like, Sierra, it's not enough sauce to coat everything. Again, I say this is not a really big, like, super saucy dish. If you do add your sauce in here and you're like, Sierra, I wish I had a little bit more sauce, go ahead and add in equal parts more of the hoisin, the oyster sauce, and some sriracha if you do decide to use that. Make sure you give your stuff an even coat, and the meal is essentially done. Now, I'm so sorry about the layout change, but I just wanted to show you all the deliciousness that we have just created. I threw some extra sesame seeds, just toasted sesame seeds on mine because duh, I'm a little extra. But let's get into that caramelization and that color. You guys, we're already done with our pepper chicken. You have Chinese food at home, and it's what? Even better for you, even more delicious, and exactly what you want it to be. Thank you as always for joining me, Sierra P. And until next time, I'll see you soon.